prefer to use our Saudi made. So we are having this TSTH01, this tracking uh, sensor, temperature humidity 01. So this is the code of the device. So this is our temperature and humidity sensor, which is compatible for the SFDA solution, which is workable from plus 70 degrees till minus 20 degree. So this means that it's covering the whole requirement of SFDA and any cold chain requirements. Then there is a standard requirement of mobile SIM, SIM subscription, portal subscription, which requires SFDA vessel and installation. So in this solution, actually, there are certain things could be varied, like installation in the warehouse is different because it requires multiple, areas where you can consider in hundreds of meters of the difference. Like one room and the other room can be apart, maybe uh, with the distance of maybe 50 meters, maybe 100 meters. So we have to see what exactly the right solution. So we have BLE solution readily available for the vehicle, which is perfectly working fine. But for the warehouse, we need to know exactly the dimensions of the warehouse, how far one room from other. Do we need multiple routers? Do we need multiple wired sensors? Because in chiller area, the wall of the area is usually with some specific material, so the Bluetooth range is not available, so we cannot use actually Bluetooth sensor in the warehouse usually. So we need to have as a replacement wired temperature sensors, which can be installed in chiller area, which can be installed in the refrigerators inside the boundaries of, so we can pass by the cable from the certain walls of that. So these kinds of questions are being asked by our senior guys till now, and we are referring the solution, and we already implemented, alhamdulillah, in some big names already, and we are working with currently with the Nakil and some big names, alhamdulillah. So this is related to the temperature management for SFDA. Then we have another, hot topic of Western region, which is for the waste management. Actually, Jeddah Amana is having this control of the waste management, but now they are focusing only on the vehicles to be equipped with the basic solution, so that they can have basic control on each and every vehicle which belongs to them. So they introduced a solution, a system called Madinati. So on the Madinati, we are just doing the vessel connectivity through the APIs, and we are just forwarding the data to their system, so that they are just checking the location of the system currently. But the actual purpose of having this all from the Madinati side, they want to capture all categories of vehicles. So if the vehicle belongs to the heavy duty Shahna trucks, so they must need to check with the weight sensor. They must need to check with all the requirements as TGA, because ultimately TGA will control all these authorities from the top side. So they wanted to follow TGA as well as their own certain requirements. So what are the on certain requirements of Baladiyas? So Baladia is looking for the waste management, where they wanted to monitor the waste bins and the waste trucks. So waste trucks, actually they are assigned to visit, let's say in one area, An-Nahda. There are 400 bins available in An-Nahda. So there are 4 vehicles assigned for those 400 bins. So they will assign 100 bins with each and every truck. So how they will get to know that each and every truck visited all the bins? Only through our system. So we will install one RFID tag on the backside of the truck. You can see the waves showing here, but actually it is being installed on this part where the bin is going to connect when it is offloading the material from the bin. So we are installing the tags on each bin. So once the truck reaches on the certain location of the bin, automatically system updated that this bin has been visited. But a surety of this thing is completely uploaded when the bin tag is being touching the RFID very closely. So we set a certain range from the tag to the reader. So this is more technical, but I'm just giving you idea that this way they are monitoring the trucks, waste trucks. One truck has been visited, let's say 100, and it was assigned for 120 bins. So they can check on daily basis that how many bins this truck missed. So they can call the driver, they can ask the responsible why you missed this one. So he can tell them that it was empty, or it was not available, or it was not in good condition, or could be any reason. But they wanted to make it mandatory. In any case, they have to visit and they have to make it empty. So this is the purpose of the system. For this system, multiple components are required. One of them is tracking device. Other is weight sensor. As I told you that they wanted ultimately to connect with the TGA. So weight sensor is one of the requirement for TGA for the road safety and other purposes. Then they need RFID reader for the visits, tags for each and every bin. So then there is a PTO switch. So on these trucks, PTO switch is just telling the operational time of the vehicle. Actually, one is the driving time and one is the operational working time. So they wanted to monitor a certain operational working hours time. So PTO is working when the truck is stopped and it is busy in the offloading or loading of the bins. So this is something related to their internal process. But they are asking us to provide PTO switch or sensor to get this reading and send the data to their system via WhatsApp. Then they need mobile sim subscription, portal subscription, as it is required, and the rest is clear to you guys. Okay, so dashcam. Now I'm going very quickly for the remaining solutions, because as I told you that specific or specialized solutions, I will have separate sessions, inshallah, every Saturday, quick sessions, where I will try to explain what the hardware required, what the software requirement, what kind of questions customers are asking, what kind of answers we can give, like especially for the dashcam ADAS solution. uh, Everyone is coming up with certain scope. So the problem, we cannot answer or we cannot send the same proposal with each and every requirement. No, we need to clarify if they need live tracking, live video tracking, or if they need the alarms or alerts only, or if they need a certain period of time for the video to be recorded, like for the schools they need maybe for the pickup time and for the drop off time, it could be. So these all are required to make sure. I am going to design a form for you guys, and in this session for the dash cam, I will share with you and I will explain you. This will be a calculator actually. So you will just enter, okay, 1 hour of video recording required, then this much data required, this much data belongs to the SIM package of this much and the cloud package of this much. So this required a calculator actually, because Tamim is calling me and asking some different things. He's calling Umar Malik and asking some different things. Ahmad Badr is coming to me asking some different questions, which I am answering. We are answering to them. But I want everyone to understand those things, and I want you guys to again ask those questions, so everyone will listen. This is the market questions. So we will answer them to give the knowledge to everyone. This will help us, for especially for the new team, so they can make the right proposal and they can also communicate rightly to the customer. The problem is like we are quickly getting the requirements. Customers, they don't know this all. So we have to give them awareness. We have to tell the customer, Mr. So and so, this you have to clarify us what exactly you need in the video. Do you need live tracking? Do you need alarms or alerts only? Do you need a certain period of time for the alarms and alerts? Everything is being connected with the SIM data, cloud data. We need to manage the servers accordingly. If you are asking me live tracking for 24/7, I have to have maybe a dedicated server for one of the customer, because it can ask for maybe some terabytes of the cloud access, some terabytes of the SIM access, and so on and so forth. So we need to make sure what exactly the scope of the work, and accordingly we'll proceed ahead. So same for the TGA educational transportation, which is for the school buses. We need to make sure what is the scope required. So accordingly, I will have a session, as I told you, a dedicated session to explain you guys. But the solution is ready. If you have any inquiry today, you can say yes, it is available. Then we have Hajj and Umrah, which is all the Nakaba transportation buses, which you can consider is a huge number. We are talking about 200 companies registered with Nakaba. One of the company named Hafil having more than 15,000 buses. One of the company named Abu Sarad having 25,000 of the buses. So consider 3-4 customer have 100,000 buses under Nakaba. So it's a kind of huge project, a different requirement with the CAN. So I will explain you in the further sessions what exactly is the requirement, how you can pitch the customer, what kind of questions could be raised, how you will manage the answers. I mean, based on the Nakaba requirements, we have to be strict to the certain government requirements. We should not tell our customer that sorry, this is available. No, we have to justify the authorities first, and then additionally, if we can give anything to the customer. Then we have a school tracking solution, which is readily available for the kids and for the school buses. Then we have fuel management solution, which we are going for a government project, Mujahideen, very soon. Alhamdulillah, we got the successfully the tender, and we are going to install with the fuel sensors. It can be through the CAN, it can be through the fuel sensors. So we are choosing one of the options. So container tracking, we are very close to have a successful tender. Inshallah, it will be closed by end of August or September sometime. It will be a 40,000 container first project for made in Saudi. We are already in the final stage of designing it as a made in Saudi. The solution is under testing. Soon, inshallah, it will be ready. If you have any customer in the container side, in the customs in the ports, so please let me know so we can design, we can customize the solution. We are readily available for this kind of solution. Then we have driver management solution. It's related to the eco driving. It's related to the driver performance, how the drivers are driving. Some of the transport companies, they are asking, we need GYR report, green, yellow, red report. Like this driver is a good driver, this driver is a bad driver. So we can give them the performance based on certain parameters. So we have to set certain parameters in the existing equipment, and we can do the calculation, and our portal is supporting, and our portal can give certain required reports on weekly basis, monthly basis, so they can kick out any bad driver or they can award any good driver. So this is called driver performance management kind of solution. Then we have oil tracking. So Alhamdulillah, we installed in one of the Toyota Lexus showroom where they have 20,000 liter oil tanks available. So we installed our fuel sensor in 7 of the locations of Toyota Lexus showrooms, and it is more than 2 years without any error. It is giving them what is the remaining level out of 20,000 liters. So before this system, they were manually checking every day, going back to the certain area and checking manually. But now it is coming automatically to the portal, and once the level reaching less than 10%, so we gave them a solution that automatic email going to the vendor for the next order to be ready. So even no need of monitoring the next order placement. So this is giving a very good idea. So I will give a dedicated session on this oil tracking, what we have installed. You can pitch it to all the oil companies which is working for the mobile oil especially. This is one of the customized special solution, prisoner tracking. This was designed for a police requirement in Riyadh. We had done it successfully. It's not yet deployed over there, but we are already done with them. So it's a government, so it may take time, but the solution is ready. So you can approach to any police authority where they need such solutions. So I can refer it for that, and I can explain what is required, and we can do it. I mean, this is readily available with us. Then we have animal tracking and the birds tracking. So it could be useful for the camel tracking. Jamal, if you need any kind of solution for that. some changes in the portal side. We need to do maybe some mobile app application designed for them. If a camel is going out of the certain area, so we can set up some geofences, we can set up multiple things. Same for the bird tracking, so we can put something on the neck of the bird, so wherever it is moving, so we can have certain parameter requirements, and we can monitor that. So this is all about the readily available solutions. I just intentionally put 10 to 15 minutes for your important questions about these all solutions. So over to you guys. Let me know who's the first one. Yes, Tamim.
Assalamu alaikum, Mr. Salman. How are you?
Alaikum assalam rahmatullah.
Yes, Mr. Salman, you mentioned like three project: waste management solution, and driver performance, and animal tracking.
Yes.
For the first one, the waste management solution, is it including the journey management solution or the route management solution?
Okay.
As if the customer want to define like 10 point in for one vehicle as dropping and loading.
Yes, of course, it's readily available. This is called bin registration and visit management.
Yes,
So yes, we
if
have
he
we have
want
it readily available.
if he want to change this route and send it to the
Yes.
driver,
Yes.
is the driver is going to have another application to receive this, or it's going to be taken as a link to be shared?
All right. So now there are two things you are talking about. One, to update the portal with the updated route, and one is to update the driver maybe with some mobile app. So we are not ready with the mobile app because we cannot make it generic. For the mobile app, this is purely requirement of the private company which is using those trucks for their drivers. So mobile app can be customized. It's not a big deal. You can say yes, it's available, but we need to customize it. We can make it readily available. But for the portal, yes, we are ready. Even today, if you want the visit report of any bin, yes, you can have it. You can assign a route to any of the waste management truck. Yes, it's available. You can assign 10 of the bins to one of the truck, and it can give the report that out of the 10, this truck visited 7 or 5 or all 10.
Okay. And also for the animal tracking, we are going to use the GPS with the GSM or the satellite services for the camel tracking
Very
especially.
good. So again, it depends on the requirements. If you have a requirement of the satellite, yes, it's available with satellite. If you have a requirement with GSM only, we can arrange it GSM. So both are available with us. We already quoted to Zen one of the project with the satellite. Satellite is difficult because we need a third party to involve for the satellite.
Okay.
We are already ready and we quoted multiple places for the satellite solution. GSM is very easy. GSM, you can do it with any of existing device which is asset tracking, and you can use it with the neck holding. That's all.
But the better is going to be the satellite because some of the animals are moving in the middle of the desert where there is no coverage of the GSM.
See, Tamim, again, the knowledge is very important for us. If anyone is having, let's say, 100 camels, and he is in the range of GSM, why he should spend money on satellite?
Yes.
So you can give the awareness to the customer based on certain requirements. Usually we all believe that these camels are in certain out of the range area. Sorry, it's not always. So we should tell the customer, because when you are talking about satellite, the cost is getting very high.
Yes.
And there are very less chances of closing that deal. In my experience, like 22 years, I never had a very big project of satellite because of the price only. And always I'm convincing them why you are investing this much on satellite. Rather, you can have GSM to cover in certain places, and wherever there is no range, so it will store inside, and once it will come back, it can give you the solution. So they agreed on that. So this is the way we are, managing and closing the deals. Satellite projects are going then, in the non-closure area.
Yes. The last thing is the driver performance, as you explain it on the sheet. Is it related to the dash cams or it is related to the GPS devices?
Very
Or
good
it's
question.
both?
Very good. It can be both. For the time being, the dash cam, we are new to that. We are at a stage, phase wise, we are reaching to different level now with the dash cam things. Now the DMS camera is, yes, giving alerts of the yawning, of the cigarette, of the mobile, of different alarms and alerts.
Yes.
But we are not using those alarms and alerts for the time being for the performance. I think, yes, it's not that much difficult to use those alarms for the performance, and it's a very good idea. But what I explained you is something. For example, I have 5 drivers with me. All 5 are driving, let's say, 500 kilometers in one day.
Okay.
One of the driver was having 3 overspeeding, other is having 5 overspeeding, other is having 10 time overspeeding. So I have multiple factors. One is having excess idle multiple time. One is having harsh braking, harsh acceleration. So we are calculating based on these 3 parameters, which is for the eco driving requirements, which is driver performance. One is the speed violation, excess idle, and the harsh parameters, harsh braking, harsh acceleration. So this is actually related to the wear and tear cost of the vehicle, which is very important for the transport companies. So they can judge who is the good driver, they will kick him, they will award him. Who is the bad driver, just kick him out, or just penalize him. So this is how the companies are doing, and currently I've seen multiple companies which are implementing this rule.
This is related to the GPS in general.
Yes.
What is the accurate? 95%,
No,
90%?
no. GPS, it's mentioned in the GPS all over the world that it is giving you 10 to 15% of the difference. It can.
Okay.
Now, what is the meaning of this 10 to 15 is like it can be in different areas. If you are in the middle of the big buildings, your GPS cannot be accurate, cannot be. But there are techniques, either you have to use those techniques, but it all depends on which device you are using. Like if you are using iPhone, obviously they implemented those techniques because it is an expensive device. But if you are using a basic GPS 2G device, obviously those techniques are not being used in those. So 4G, 2G, there is difference of the hardware.
Okay, that's
Okay.
from my side. Thank you.
Yes, anyone else? So everyone understood all the solutions and all the products. So now I'll give 4 to 5 minutes to Shihab just to explain all this in Arabic quickly. Shihab should be very quick. So just give them the idea in Arabic, especially for the new staff who did not understand very well this.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. طبعا أتكلم عن أغلب الحلول والأجهزة المستخدمة عندنا. الهدف من الاجتماع اليوم أو برزنتيشن حق اليوم هو إن إحنا قاعدين نتكلم أساساً إيش هي على السعودي ميد، تحديداً على الصناعة السعودية اللي إحنا قدمناها، وإيش التطورات اللي صارت في الأجهزة، ولين وين وصلت هذه الأجهزة على مستوى المملكة الحمد لله. وكنا من أهم الشركات اللي كانت مشاركة في الصناعة السعودية في هذا الموضوع. بعد كذا تكلمنا عن خدمات التراكنج، خدمات التتبع اللي احنا نقدمها. طبعا هي أكثر من خدمة، بس للأسف إنه البرزنتيشن عنده، فأنا مو واضح عندي مرة في الشاشة عشان أترجم لكم وأقرأ لكم. ولكن في كل الأحوال راح يكون في عندنا كل سبت اجتماع، في كل مرة حنتكلم عن خدمة من الخدمات اللي احنا نقدمها طوال الفترة الجاية. يعني هي حتكون زي وكأننا نقول حلقات مسلسلة، كل سبت راح نجتمع فيها وراح نتكلم عن كل واحدة فيهم. وبالنسبة للتيم اللي موجود هنا عندي في جدة، إذا مو فاهم أي شيء أو في حاجة ما فهمها يقدر مباشرة يجي نقعد في الميتنج روم أو يقعد في مكتبي ونتكلم فيها.
I think Tamim knows the better technical side. So Tamim, can you please in Arabic?
يلا تميم.
السلام عليكم شباب. بشكل أوضح إن إحنا هنا حاليا موجودة عندنا الخدمات اللي بتقدر تقدمها شركة الحلول المبردة. تختلف الأنواع ما بين الخدمات الخاصة بهيئة النقل العام وهيئة الغذاء والدواء والخدمات البيزك. نستخدم فيها أجهزة مختلفة ما بين ال 2G devices وال 4G devices. والآن إحنا بنركز على إن إحنا بنبيع المنتج السعودي الخاص بالشركة اللي هو الجهاز TFB، على إن إحنا أول شركة مصنعة للأجهزة السعودية داخل المملكة العربية السعودية. الأجهزة عندنا، الأجهزة هي بتتقسم لجزئين، يعني في الأجهزة السعودية نفسها في 3 كاتيجوريز. ال TFB 303 ده هو اللي إحنا بنستخدمه مع مكاتب الإيجار فقط، إنه هو الجهاز بيجي معه فقط الكاكاو والديسبلاي، ما بيقبل أي جهاز إضافي. TFB 313 ممكن يشتغل على السيارات البيزك ويشتغل على السيارات اللي تحتاج يربط معها حساس الوزن. TFB 323 ممكن يشتغل معنا على السيارتين ونضيف عليه حساسات الحرارة والرطوبة. دي بالنسبة للأجهزة 2G. الأجهزة 4G في TFB 404 إلى 414 هي كلها بتقدر إن هي تتقبل كل الأنواع حقت الحساسات الإضافية اللي محتاجينها. Next slide مستر سلمان.
Okay. Solutions.
السوليوشنز اللي موجودة عندنا احنا حاليا في أكثر من حلول موجودة. يعني في الحلول اللي احنا تكلمنا عليها اللي خاصة بهيئة النقل اللي هي تتبع الأوزان، في الحلول البيزك، وفي الحلول الخاصة بهيئة الغذاء والدواء اللي هي بتحتاج حساسات الحرارة والرطوبة. في نفس الوقت عندنا حلول كستمايز جديدة اللي هي ممكن تكون في فيول مانجمنت سوليوشن موجودة عندنا. في نفس الوقت الويست مانجمنت سوليوشن، في الحلول اللي هي كستمايز حسب رغبة العميل. الويت مونيتورنج سوليوشن هو اللي بنحتاجه، الستاندرد تراكينج اللي كنا بنتكلم عليها اللي هي البيزك. حسب رغبة العميل احنا بنقدر ان احنا نوفر له جهاز اما 2G او 4G. الجهاز بيكون الخدمة عبارة عن جهاز GPS والسبسكريبشن والانستليشن فيز. بعد كده بنقدر ندخل مع العميل في تفاوض إذا هو يحتاج كتاوت ريلي جهاز الإيقاف عن بعد، أو يحتاج سيت بيلت سنسور، أي سنسور إضافية. الويت تراكينج اللي هي تتبع الأوزان، دي اللي هي المين ريكوايرمنت حقت هيئة النقل العام بالنسبة للشاحنات اللي هي فوق 2.5 طن، ما بين ديالنا لترك، باختلاف الأوزان باختلاف الأحجام. أي شيء بيتخطى 2.5 طن بيكون بيحتاج إن احنا يكون عندنا جهاز الGPS والويت سنسور، وبيكون معانا السبسكريبشن والانستليشن فيز. تفضل أستاذ كريم.
السلام عليكم. جميل.
كريم. سلام عليكم. السلام. خميس. ايوه محمد.
الحمد لله.
حبيبي.
بالنسبه حاليا لاجهزه حساسات الحراره والرطوبه والكلام من ده، انا عندي عميل هنا 6 سيارات تمام، ومعها اجهزه TFB 313 وما عداش عليها غير سنه واحده، فعاوز اغير له الاجهزه اوتوماتيك عشان اركب حساسات حراره. بالنسبه للاجهزه
هيحتاج ان هو يركب TFB 323.
تمام.
313 ما بيقبلش.
تمام. هو حاليا معاه تجديد اشتراك وهيركب اجهزه جديده وهيركب حساسات حراره كأن حاجه جديده. الاجهزه القديمه دي ملهاش حل مثلا ان هي ترجع للشركه، ولا خلاص دي
طب دي خلينا نتناقش فيها بعد البرزنتيشن يا محمد.
ما هو عشان ما هي من ضمن البرزنتيشن برضو ان هركب الاجهزه القديمه، الحلول بتاعتها هتبقى ايه لما يجي عميل زي ده؟
الأجهزة القديمة دي ممكن إن إحنا نعمل إن إحنا ناخدها كري ستوك عندنا ونركب عنده.
We can discuss after this session. Huh?
Yes,
okay, quickly because we have short time. So then
we finalize the solution of the TGA وبعدها بيجي ال SFDA.
SFDA
اللي هي تتبع لدرجات الحرارة والرطوبة. بنستخدم فيها الجهاز اللي هو TFB 323 أو TFB 412 إذا كان العميل يحتاج ما بين ال 2G أو ال 4G. بس قبل ما نبتدي في إن إحنا نركب الأجهزة وحساسات الحرارة والرطوبة، بنحتاج في الأول إن إحنا ناخد الهيت مابينج بالنسبة للسيارات أو المستودعات. نستخدم الخدمة في كل ما يتعلق بتخزين مجمد أو مبرد، أو نقل مجمد أو مبرد، مواد الطبية أو المواد الغذائية. فبنحتاج نعمل مخططات حرارية نحدد بناء عليها عدد الحساسات اللي تركب. اللي بعدها في خدمة الويست مانجمنت اللي هي الإدارة حقت مخلفات البلدية. أكثر حاجة مطلوبة في منطقة جدة، والآن هي بقت مطلوبة في منطقة الرياض. بنحتاج فيها أجهزة مختلفة، بأن احنا بيكون عندنا ال GPS devices اللي فيها الويت سنسور، وفي ال RFID tag وال RFID reader. ال RFID reader هو بيكون على الترك اللي بتحمل الكونتينرز حقت المخلفات نفسها. والتاج بيكون على الكونتينرز، بحيث إنه ممكن يكون 1000 كونتينر عليها مجرد 1000 تاج، و10 سيارات هي اللي بتتحرك على إن هي تعمل الكولكت والدروب.
So then we have dash cam. Quickly, just tell them that this will have a dedicated session.
الداش كام إن شاء الله على يوم السبت اللي جاي حيكون في جلسة مخصصة بالنسبة ليها، علشان الداش كامز فيها اختلافات ما بين الأوفلاين، ما بين الأونلاين، ما بين التولنس، ما بين اختلاف الريكوايرمنت حقت العميل نفسه، فدي بتحتاج شرح أطول. النقل التعليمي والنقل المتخصص هي نفس الفكرة، إن احنا بنستخدم عليها بعد كده الحج والعمرة. الحج والعمرة، واللي هي السكول تراكنج دي اللي هي غير ما لها دخل في موضوع التي جي اي سوليوشن لحاله. بعد كده حلول اللي هي الفيول مانجمنت، حلول الوقود، على ان احنا نقدر بالنسبة للمحطات، بالنسبة لناقلات الوقود، بالكونتينر تراكنج او الاسيت تراكنج. درايفر مانجمنت سوليوشن، إدارة اللي هي تقدر تحدد بيها مستوى قيادة السائق نفسه، والمخالفات اللي تيجي عليه، طريقة القيادة حقته في الشارع بشكل عام. والأويل تراكنج بالنسبة للناقلات، اللي نقدر نحدد الليفل حق الأويل في كل ترك.
We have installed with Lexus since last 2 years.
Sorry?
We already installed with Lexus showrooms since last 2 years.
Yes, we have it. وركبنا بالنسبة للأويل تراكنج، هي كانت تتعاملنا مع شركة لكزس من قبل سنة. البريزن تراكرز، او اللي ممكن تكون بيرسونال تراكنج اكتر من بريزن تراكر، علشان كلمه بريزن ممكن يكون فيها خوف شويه بالنسبه للعميل. اللي هي البيرسونال تراكنج، اذا انت اطفالك، اذا اي شخص ممكن انت عايز تكون بتعمل تراكنج للحركه الخاصه فيه، هي بتكون عن طريق البيرسونال تراكنج. حاليا هي احنا وقعنا مع زين بالنسبه للبريزن تراكنج، في عقد ان شاء الله خلال الشهر اللي جاي بيكون موجود معنا. والانيمال تراكنج نفس الفكره حقت بيرسونال تراكنج او الاسيت تراكنج، بالنسبه لان احنا نقدر نعمل بيها تتبع لجميع انواع الحيوانات اللي تتحرك على مستوى المملكه بشكل كامل.
ولو في اي اسئله للبريزن تراكنج، بس عشان نوضح لهم، كلمه بريزن يعني سجين، فهو المفروض انه هو تتبع المساجين او المطلوبين امنيا او شيء زي كذا. فلما ذكر تميم قال انه في اوقات العميل يخاف لانه يمكن الكلمه قاسيه شويه في المعنى، فممكن نخليها التتبع الشخصي افضل. هذا قصده.
So thank you very much Tamim and Shahab for the Arabic explanation. So guys, if you have any question, let us discuss now. And as I said that we will have a continuous series of these sessions for the awareness, for the knowledge base, and especially for this QA session. So I want you guys to openly, if you have any confusion, any understanding issue, please let me know. This session is especially for the QA, because I want the questions to entertain, because we need to explain more better in the question way. Things are very well readily available in our portal, hardware wise, solution wise. These all solutions are compatible with Saudi requirements. These all solutions what I mentioned are readily available with Saudi made devices. We can have other brands as well. So these things I'm expecting from you still. If you have any question, let me know so we can wrap up.
شباب، في أي أحد محتاج سؤال في بخصوص الخدمات اللي اتقدمت؟
No, thank you, boss. Everything is clear.
Thank you very much, and hopefully next Saturday we will have another session with certain solution, so that we will go ahead. And I want from you guys every week to come up with some certain questions of hot topics of the week, so that at least we can spend 10 to 15 minutes to discuss what are the market situations, quick discussions, but it will help all the market people, and it will help all our sales team as well on the same side. Okay?
Okay, sir.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, guys, and we'll see you inshallah next week.
Inshallah.